At least 9 people were killed, 14 injured in bomb blasts, twin car bomb blasts at 2 luxury hotels popular with Iraqi officials, VIPs, and foreigners. Standing by live in Baghdad for us, senior international correspondent Arwa Damon. Good morning, Arwa. What's the latest from there?
Good morning. Well, we just sent a team out to both of those locations that were targeted overnight. Extensive damage done to the front of the Babylon Hotel. Security on the ground there, not allowing media close by. Same situation at the other location, the Sheraton Hotel, though it has changed its name. This is just a very clear message to so many of the residents of the capital that even though ISIS may not have taken over this particular city, violence still does exist on a fairly regular basis. Also, a message potentially to the Iraqi government, given that the targets of these 2 strikes were hotels that are very frequently stayed in by foreigners and by VIPs, throwing into question once again the capability of the Iraqi security forces to keep these kinds of installations safe. And when it comes to the issue of the U.S. arming the Sunni tribes potentially without going through Baghdad, that could cause some tensions. But at the end of the day, these tribes do need weapons. They have been asking for them for well over a year. The government has promised to arm the Sunnis, but has yet to make good on that pledge. Bearing in mind, too, that the U.S. has gone through this with the Sunni tribes before, back in the days when it was fighting al-Qaeda, the ISIS predecessor, and the Sunni tribes eventually turned on al-Qaeda, allied themselves with the U.S., and they were fighting side by side in some instances. But until that promise, that idea becomes a reality, it is going to be very difficult to convince the Sunnis that the U.S. and the Shia-led government do in fact have their best interests at heart and are taking that into consideration. The longer this draws on, the more alienated and disenchanted the Sunnis grow, the more difficult it is to bring them into the fold, John.